Why is King Charles III, the monarch of the United Kingdom, making a noticeable effort to connect with the Muslim community? Is this just royal diplomacy, or is there something deeper, something that unveils a truth the world rarely talks about? In this video, we take you beyond the headlines and into the heart of a remarkable relationship unfolding in real time. A king, a global faith, and a connection rooted in understanding, respect, and a hidden truth history often overlooks. This is why King Charles is embracing the Muslim community, unveiling the hidden truth. The roots of curiosity. To understand King Charles's relationship with the Muslim world, we need to go back, not just to his coronation, not even to his time as Prince of Wales, but much further. Throughout his life, Charles has been known for a deep intellectual curiosity. Unlike many leaders, he doesn't just read to be informed, he reads to understand. And it was in his younger years, during his studies and travels, that Charles first encountered Islamic art, architecture, and spirituality. What began as an academic interest quickly became something more. He once said, "Islam can teach us today a way of understanding and living in the world which Christianity itself is poorer for having lost." Those aren't words of a casual observer. That's the voice of someone who has reflected deeply. This interest led him to study Arabic, to read the Quran in translation, and to engage with Muslim scholars around the world. His respect for Islam wasn't political, it was personal. The Western narrative versus the truth. For decades, the relationship between the West and the Muslim world has been marked by misunderstanding, stereotypes, and division. Islam has often been portrayed through a narrow, distorted lens, especially in media, politics, and public discourse. But Charles, he's taken a very different path. In a famous 1993 speech at Oxford University, he criticized Western arrogance and emphasized the Islamic world's contributions to science, medicine, and philosophy. He reminded the West that during Europe's so-called Dark Ages, the Muslim world was flourishing with knowledge, tolerance, and innovation. This wasn't just historical appreciation. It was a call for reconciliation. While others were focused on division, Charles was building bridges. King Charles's Islamic connections. Even before becoming king, Charles was regularly invited to Islamic centers, mosques, and interfaith gatherings. But unlike many who show up for photo ops, he stayed to listen, to ask questions, to understand. He has visited countries like Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, and Malaysia, not merely as a dignitary, but as someone genuinely invested in dialogue. He has studied Islamic architecture and promoted it through his Prince's Foundation. He has advocated for sustainability by drawing on Islamic principles of balance and moderation in consumption, core tenets of Islamic ethics. In 2020, Charles even gave a speech where he acknowledged the spiritual richness of Islam and its emphasis on compassion and mercy. He quoted the Quran. And he did so respectfully, accurately, and with a tone that resonated deeply with Muslims around the world. The King and the British Muslim community. Now, as King Charles, his engagement with the Muslim community has only grown stronger. The UK is home to over 3.9 million Muslims. They are doctors, teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, artists, and citizens. They're woven into the fabric of British society. And Charles recognizes that. During Ramadan, he sends greetings. When tragedies strike, like the Christchurch attack or the Grenfell Tower fire, where many Muslims were affected, he responds with empathy and solidarity. He has also acknowledged the role of Muslims in British history, including their contributions during both World Wars, something often forgotten in mainstream narratives. For Charles, it's not just about embracing Muslims as a political or social necessity. It's about acknowledging them as an integral part of the British nation. The media silence. So why doesn't the media talk more about this? Why is King Charles's deep respect for Islam not headline news? Because it doesn't fit the usual narrative. It challenges stereotypes. It breaks away from the fear-driven headlines. It reveals a truth many are still not ready to face, that Islam is not the other, but part of our shared human heritage. That it has beauty, wisdom, and contributions that shape the world as we know it. And that a Western monarch, a king, sees value in that truth. This quiet revolution of thought doesn't scream across TV screens, but it echoes through mosques, schools, and hearts across the world. The hidden truth. Here's the truth the world rarely admits. King Charles's embrace of the Muslim community isn't about politics. It's not about trends. It's about truth. It's about a monarch who sees the spiritual wealth of a 1,400-year-old tradition. A king who believes in the unity of faiths. A leader who dares to say that Islam isn't a threat, it's a treasure. The truth is, this connection challenges the very foundation of the clash of civilizations theory. It suggests that dialogue is possible, that understanding is real, that humanity is one, and that maybe, just maybe, if we listen more and fear less, we can change the course of history. What this means for the future. So what does all this mean? It means hope. It means the possibility of a new narrative, one not based on division but unity. King Charles's example reminds us that leadership is not just about power, it's about values. And if the most traditional of institutions, a monarchy, can lead the way in embracing diversity and faith, then surely we can too. For young Muslims in the UK and beyond, this is more than symbolism. It's representation. It's recognition. It's a sign that their faith, their identity, and their contributions matter. Outro. So next time you hear the name King Charles, remember this. He's not just a monarch. He's a bridge. A bridge between faiths, between worlds, between hearts. And as the world watches his reign unfold, perhaps the hidden truth will finally come to light, that respect, understanding, and compassion are more powerful than division. This was Why King Charles is Embracing the Muslim Community, Unveiling the Hidden Truth. If you found this eye-opening, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth stories that challenge the mainstream narrative and speak to the heart.